Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to we channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
Hello, His Excellency. We ready for battle. Congratulations. Hello, His Excellency. A word for a wise.
Hey,
those who bet. We keep tick biendo. For the day Kiateka de stagger.
Oh, nah.
We keep tick biendo. For the ten we opa they make magamen.
Hey.
If una shake with the hit toe.
With sledgehammer.
If una shake with the box.
That be big hammer.
If una shake with the slappo.
With that be big hand.
If una shake with the talk.
But wait,
we know the tire.
No, wait. Waiting do we make Prince Adin. 30 days,
kill in driver now in the balance.
For say Prince Adin they on top. The law
then if we say then they go turn up police.
If
we the wapo. Today una they can know some reasons why make caretaker sack the auditor.
But wait oh. If this person there, he no one for support we, why we not for pull am?
We must pull am because they dance to we train.
If this person there, he not there for support we, he rather there for expose we, it dey become odol. Why we not for remove am?
We for remove am and put we own person inside there where they cover we.
Well, I think this. No. Wait, I hear you talk just now say they don't talk about why. No, wait. What it make them sack? Yes, na sack. I not go say suspend. What it make them they sack the Auditor General any?
No, not sack them. We civilize them. Na indefinite suspension.
Then get one thing where they can give.
No grammar.
Wait.
No grammar.
Let's put on the other way. Then get one suspension where they can give in school. Then call an NR. Never return.
No. President caretaker bill, no they give NR. In a NK, never come. Never come.
Ladies and gentlemen, una kushe en kabo. My name na Sembepe, the freedom fighter.
And me, Ababure Kablai with a sharp cutlass.
Today, we come for talk about the two possible reasons them why caretaker bill decide for never come back or never return the Auditor General and one of in deputy. Well, not to that no more. Ayeri Cherno Maju Ba Honorable the lay complain. Well, if you wait we for lay complain to the lay complain, I wonder how we dey now. How we are done Talek.
You know it's how they laugh so.
They listen.
You uncle Sabi pause the thumbnail. You might be one junkie boy.
Hey God. Hey, uncle Bio, is Sabi doing things them more. Please, I get one thing where I'm conscious of and where I know of. You believe say this government here na the most sober government we don't ever get inside our country?
Now today, I don't know that the long time.
Look that guy, he say, you crazy. Why he talk so? No, wait, please. Not to me talk down there. You know say we there for do it in.
we do revision
We
and
dey talk
remix.
inside, waiting and talk. Okay, please, if that be the case,
We dey remix.
maybe what wait, let this guy with the vex family here for instance, if we come back just now.
This government is a government. Now, one of the most of our government who will ever don't get in this country. In fact, not to run.
I swear, this post here where they ask me this question, so enoyeri. So if that be the case, we need to make Iyeri again. How you say, brother?
Gam.
This government is a government. Now, one of the most of our government who will ever don't get in this country. In fact, not to run.
Well, why the vex for me now? You know, so we not can talk with you for talk. We not can just eat cassava if they don't cook for me today. We make some people don't begin swell up eat. Not only no more okay, eat to kind of and talk here. Big guy.
No, wait. Wait, I don't expect yourself.
Big guy. Like cassava live now for you.
You know say the life.
Yes, I know.
I want to be like big man.
No, I want let people understand what's like big guy like fake in past now.
No. I want to be like big man.
You dey eat like you know they eat. But anyway, not so we can see no more we take cassava live the way they don't cook right now. Not so no more kids don't we eat. Though we can't sit there and talk. We can enjoy you waiting and talk, then we'll come back and talk. Me uncle Fiba Odofo.
I say, if people want to go an artist, see a post, then get imposed.
Oh God. This guy. Wait. For saying this, you know, sometimes in a mistake. Maybe I know the hear you fine. Now, through this man talk. I beg you, listen back. I like this talk, cancel.
This government is a government. Now, one of the most of our government who will ever don't get in this country. In fact, not to run.
They enjoy by your uncle in game.
So which man and guy? But wait, if this government be lucky now, I wonder the life will for me the living. Well, okay.
Best government, people that they cry about. If this be sober now,
Wait, I swear, today we need the program. Now this no man I like today.
This government is a government. Now, one of the most of our government who will ever don't get in this country. In fact, not to run.
Me I need to talk again. I don't enjoy done. Oh God. Me boy I beg. I don't done. Man make I dey cry.
you know, the problem, Kabio dry some can dry, he pass which. In they see white, it tell you say na green. You dey ask about you sure say but look at na green, but we watch na white today.
No, but interestingly, you will get you know the color way they see.
the other problem that day. Some man get eyesight problem.
This not the only eyesight problem he get mental problem.
Na your uncle.
No, because I think na only other not the think bright one and the talk them kind thing there.
But look, Paupa government, ping is not the best government.
I tell you.
God get patience.
Anyway, then they are not things I want for going to then they can't to then the just now. In the meantime, we take another issue. We one time in day we see one bobo we then call man so in foot been broke. Well, this young man in foot been done like rotting, and if it don't reach the point where the only option we been there now for make them go able for cutting foot. Well, we find out say some people them been do video of and then they send her out. Well, interestingly, the caretaker and in team been take them up and been decide for help. Well, let me see how we been talent for this bubble. Plenty people go don't sit down. Anyway, okay. Plenty people go don't see that one day, but let me just go back and listen to or watch how it been talent after where they may don't manage for get in foot back for let it go able for user. When they come back just now. And so, how you do? Yeah. How you do? How you foot now? Wow. You don't see them right now, eh? Okay. Wow.
Well, of course, if I'm not see so for now, you self here. Well, we think this now a very good thing way happen to this boy in life as we all back and we pray for mama well body for this boy so it is able to work like we in mama been born. We all be know the sick way being gets not to sue them born now like we all know they go don't born you correct one at the end of the day sick they just come it enter in your body motama not we get this life so plenty thank you to the people who put hands together and rescue this boy in life. We just want for tell them thank you. And not only this boy, this naive, we always want for see now we had when somebody we need that help, where they can constrain, we will get a chance, or una will get a chance for come and rescue so this person again in health back. Now this we want for make it happen now we had. So we the able call we say we now one family.
Well, me and no one call me. I want to tell the caretaker and team thank you. At least me uncle then do earlier. I want to tell them thank you. All the one them way put on this. Tell them plenty thank you because we can elect for see the one they are. Although the one there again we go class and say the bad condition, the bad I call Latin the bad health system, now any make some of them things there because when this thing happen, if we been get better health plan now we country, it be for simple for make them go able for just say okay, let we find way for make ladies go able for get better health service. But it's really unfortunate that we not get that kind of system there. We make this young man able for suffer this kind of pain where he suffers so today. But now he's standing that we still appreciate that they're able for patch them up for them for let go able for use them proper one. Well, we still observe for let us see because we don't even know yet if this bubble go able for cope with a better one, because we don't see outside and they go do put iron and the plant iron per person. That iron they left making that food it rotting inside past the end of for go cut again. So we hope say this bubble no go face that kind of situation there because if you do, Abadan will not get any trust, any pan the health system in our country again. So we pray that it be okay for this young man, yeah. So we go see what in the happen. My brother, something happened along the way where I would really want for we come up with, yeah, with regard this them fire victim them, plenty of them need blood, for make them go able for how you call this thing, move on. Well, we see as time they go, we see the the mayor of the Freetown municipality being come out, and say, okay, I think myself need for give me a helping hand. And we've been suicide go lead on na hospital for the go able for donate blood for sake there we fire victim there. So I think say this is a very good one. We for live by example where you call on people and for help. Use yourself for there on top of the game, lead by example for make you do the right thing. So for me I doff my heart to them because I think say this is a welcoming news to we all. I think this way we appreciate so much. I don't know what you get for say with regards to that particular issue there.
Well, now, like what I just not talk concerning this young bobo where Sierra Leoneans then come together, including the caretaker, where then it will help and for me, he will get this kind of operation as we pray, may God make him work back. I think now the same thing like this way the mayor don't do. You know, now this, I repeat again, now this kind of thing that we want for the sea. Now some of them good things here, we go like for Sidom now the talk. Yeah? So we're able to determine for be one people, one nation, not to all them where we they Sidom, they talk about fire for fire. Wait down they mean so bad things them in the country. You know, so sometimes the people that will trust or put before by government business, now them, they come and give example to the other person where they don't yonder. So instead they able to get a mind for do finding where other people will come and say, no, this way you do so is fine. So we just they pray for make some of them good things here where they happen now we are then continue for happen. Because that person, whether in a hospital, whether in need, or whether in it's not even hospital, but if they're in bad condition where you need a medical attention, then you get people where they come out and do some of them donation there. We all know now we are when they talk of blood donation, some are afraid, you know. But a whole mayor for making go start the ball rolling like this, I think we need for really point finger at them in a good way that he really try, and we hope people will live by this example.
Okay, we want for Sam again, you know, they take other, you know, leadership role them, you know, in the society, like this one. We tell them thank you, just like how we do just now for the caretaker, as in team take up man so, when this young boy we in foot, we don't broke, in bone, we don't come out, now don't black. But now they're not able for make and back lay and look okay for them. So we want to tell the two leaders them very big thank you for this kind of thing where they don't do. But now we standing, we still a watch. This is not the most sober government we'll ever get inside the country.
Uba pa noise. Allah.
No, appreciate me, Uncle Small. Appreciate me, Uncle.
Fets. Arrest.
Appreciate me, Uncle.
This, if you not be sober now, they told you want to listen something.
Appreciate me, Uncle. I just that I need from you. Just appreciate me, Uncle. Yeah.
But I do.
I
know the talker. Well. The good things already do not they talk.
When my uncle do well, what you for say?
You for praise and say do well.
Thank you, Uncle. But when my uncle misbehave, what you for do?
You for tell and say misbehave.
No, pattern 9 ways.
But look like say the way they misbehave, it pass the way they behave.
Well, that's so much a man do, you know, go good all time. But my uncle are the one that was time waking good self. I don't know if
your uncle are the lot you not get can make the sense can jump sometimes. Come out some back. He ain't not for smooth behind no problem.
Anyway, let's watch ba. I be complain just now say we get this way honorable we don't begin lay complain. Go lay complain. Alright, Mr. Jatim them, my IG and all people them, they're ready for day on top of the game. Anyway, let's listen how Chernobyl they make lay complain at Parliament. Most of them be yeri bottom, but in case you miss them, let's just make you listen and quickly come back just now.
I'll be very brief. I want the chairman internal affairs. Mr. Chairman.
Chairman internal affairs.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Speaker, honorable members. This is a personal explanation. SO 23. Because it was about a week or so ago when the EU elections follow-up mission made their statement. And people raised issues and questions. But I had a first-hand experience last Thursday. I shared it informally with the chair of the Committee on Internal Affairs. And Mr. Speaker, this is the second time it has been happening. The day when our colleagues were removed from Parliament in 2019, again, whilst we were peacefully walking towards the party office, I was shot with a rubber bullet on my foot. Fortunately, what I was wearing was strong enough for it to rebound. Last Thursday was more serious, Mr. Speaker. We went down to the ACC to follow up on the investigations of Dr. Samuel Kamara because we heard that there were some rancor. And as a result, I decided to join others in going to calm situations down. When he was released, we advised him to go straight into his vehicle and leave the scene so it will not create any attention. He listened and followed. And I invited Mr. Mana, and now I'm confused with the rankings. He was AIG Mana, the head of operations.
Director of operations. Yeah.
Director. I invited him, said, come join me with two or more of your men so I will disperse the crowd peacefully. We went together, spoke to them, and they left. Whilst moving away from the scene, whilst our backs were turned, I had just moved to the vehicle I was using. Honorable Ekeke was inside, Honorable Abdul Aziz, Honorable Hassan Sise, and the driver. Normally, when you fire the tear gas, you fire it up. The police officer approached the vehicle, saw me entering, and fired directly at me. The windscreen went beyond repairs. I had to change it immediately on Thursday. This has been the second time. So basically, I was shocked, Mr. Speaker. I came back to Parliament, I informed the leader of government business. I told him about what transpired. But I was shocked for a police officer to do that and get away with it with impunity. The protesters, as I said, were peacefully moving away. Their backs turned against the police. Then the police started firing. How can you fire when people are moving away from the scene? How can you fire? So I thought I should bring this to this house because it's not just about my safety, but for the safety of every Sierra Leonean.
It's an assassination attempt.
We have to be, because I told the chairman today that these are issues we should not be playing with. I left the scene, I came back, and replaced the windscreen on my own. The leader wanted me to send a letter to the clerk. I said no. I went there as a leader, correct, but I did not go there on parliamentary activities. So on my own, I replaced the windscreen. But as I said to the chairman today, we need to talk to the IG. He is on tape making statements on that very day. Those statements are not palatable, coming from the Inspector General of Police. So I am calling on you, Mr. Speaker, to use your office, encourage the chairman, let us get the IG to come. It is not just about me being a member of Parliament, no, but as a citizen. I'm just fortunate to be here to say something. So that, as I said, it's a personal explanation.
Let me hear from the leader.
Waiting the Cherno Majuba just don't come and talk. But from your opinion, this is very clear that the IG where we get right now we had, they serve the country, but it serve the SLPP. Because according to how we they follow that particular scene day, all other police that be there, the place be peaceful. As in the IG approach the place, done something like this begin happen. So to me, it's like now in the IG, now get a command for make officers them begin the fire. And then we all know when you as an officer they fire tear gas for make people them scatter, you they fire them up. They fire tear gas and go point them to person. And so this young gentleman we just don't talk. And when all know here, this is not the second time. They turn them back and pull the member and company them na Parliament. Something of the short happen as you don't talk. But like if you go look member of Parliament like this or peaceful Sierra Leoneans them, you they go fire directly to them. This is clear say maybe the IGB really want to let them put this man down. And to be honest enough, this IG, it don't misbehave now we had. Not to today, it don't misbehave now. Yeah, we all see Usai, the soldier team, also been do something na Belgium. This IG come and talk where it be say it give more speed to the soldier team for do more. And then at the end of the day, we get for understand, say, they even go arrest some people, people away, they go hot, now them back, they go arrest. So me, I don't really know how the police they serve, excuse me, how the police they serve the country right now. We don't know waiting at this IG in mention why make it a misbehave this kind of way, because it's not the first one and it not going to be the last one. So if other police have been done at this scene, the place was peaceful, yeah. And also got like through, we be even there with them people there. Now we channel, we show people how the team they go on. There is nothing like fetch or any other thing. Okay, yes, if you say because people they go left somebody in a court and then they sing. That thing when they sing, they make noise and disturb other people, we can understand. You write that side, but you as an IG, waiting now your duty is for come to these people or the leaders them, where they lead these people, talk to them, say, this thing where they sing, they disturb other people. Or not talk to them people, make them moderate them voice or make them scatter naya. But according to Cherno, he already be don't talk to the people there for make everybody scatter at the scene. Just where in the commode, the IG approach, in talks they become, they call them police. A police officer, I know they do what talk they do, but if a police officer they do what talk they do, me determine and for be a talk. They come with talks them and then they can begin to fire people them. Let we just assume if like when they be fair that tear gas to this young man, if we go hit her any side, maybe where sick be don't day if for them. We for don't lost somebody back now we had. But they know they see nothing because they don't use to them. Now we own life them inside this government. We own life them 4 life safe right now. Inside salon, a value past Motaman life. Now the only government is where they put Motaman down, they don't care and they know where to say after we they sit back the one where we consider for be we caretaker and they go jubilate and do other things them. We're not just necessary. So me, I not think say the IG really they work for we right now, but it work for caretaker bio.
I think say very clear. The soldier team, the one that we've been there with Prince Aden, don't come and tell we plain one say IG na man with the lie. IG get few people them with the work with when are the interest in the sick. And once they ready for seek their interest, they don't care about anything. Yeah, the IG with Fiba Dandogo team up the other day after the very time when the thing happened. He say, you smell am? Me self smell am. All man smell am. Who's kind big fool talk then that one day? He ask if now one person smell am. Who's kind big fool talk that day? But now so it be. Let me tell you something. Most of the one there where you see so they act right now. They want for pay back any member of the last regime. Like IG, at one point in time, now be the national traffic coordinator. Yeah, when they're in charge of all the traffic department in the country, now the saloon police. Then waiting he do waiting or do them be demote them. They not dismiss her, then demote them. It become LUC. So this one now one of the vexation where he gets. Where it is pull right now so by anybody we get that tag. I tell you for real, anybody right now, most of the way they do so, not to the interest of the country and the sicko. If not lie, look back lie Lawrence Lima. One of the reasons we make anybody we get that tag of APC it is vex for a bad one. Because that time we be try for talk, it go misbehave na SLBC, then call police, then charge and go court. Then they make it vex extra by anybody where they tag say this na APC. Look at all the one them where they vex. Then the Sandy, one of the reasons we make it the misbehave serious one. Then sack and back during the term of the last government. He come out as lands minister because of the problem we be the cause. Then send and go to Ministry of how you call them Children's Affairs from social welfare from there. Then dismiss them. So watch no more. All the one the way they vex right now are because of that. Because of one way or the other, they don't get issue with the last government. So all they care about now payback. So this now the reason why make this government from the top to the bottom, they miss the opportunity. That golden opportunity for unite the country. That golden opportunity for focus on developmental things then. the bad things the way they do, you know, the government don't take 4 years almost from where this government come. This channel, they can take 2 years. You know what they mean? We observe 2 years and watch what they do before ever we start for begin talk. We not just come and begin as then come so one day we begin say and criticize them. No, we get conscience. We wait 2 years before ever we establish this and begin for talk. The last government, we don't talk, we talk and talk. We call even them when they're the opposition, so for let them come, when they're the government, so when they be the opposition, let them discuss things then we get for do with national interest and how the last government when our APC be they do things them where people them be the grumble. So we not go stop. But I dey try for build this for you, let you understand why plenty people them the vex. Why? Now, IG not get anything for do, but again, you see how the parliament dey, the executive arm of government, now in at the top arm of government, now any control all the other arms of government. We not get anything where they call separation of power inside we country. The caretaker, they do anything because, for example, let's just make reference. I'm not go inside it deeply. The issue of the Auditor General, the audit service, na Parliament in baby. It is for the Public Account Committee. So for let the caretaker just grab and do things them without not even ask, waiting they go on. I think you see how powerful the caretaker be over all the other arms of government. The caretaker na input the speaker. The caretaker na him gets the leader of government business. And because of na him get the judiciary, it as well makes them get the majority. You see C4C, because of some of them, one for then are the good books of the government, what happen? They always the battle the government na the parliament. So the caretaker don't be so powerful. That is why. If you look at it and say, the executive and chief executive, no, that is supreme authority right now. What we get? Not a chief executive, that is supreme authority. Very powerful than any other institution. That is why if you see somebody want to become very tough, it tell them, say, no, I'm sorry. You they become odul, you didn't forgo. But we will come into all of them things in there. I just want to I give you some background into some of them things there. So anyway, if you just join me, please, by the way, then smile small. If you just join me, please now for make sure say you hit for the like button. If now the first thing is for you join me on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and put on the notification bell. On we Facebook channel, please make sure say you hit for the like button, not to the reaction button demo, not to the like the page for we. If you not like the pages and then you follow them, so more people go able to discover the whole thing. Anyway, we move from that issue day and now we go to another issue. We go step by step, kele. Yeah. Now I want we begin run down small bit on the issue of caretaker BO and waiting the issue of the National Electoral Commission. The National Electoral Commission. Because we find out, say, caretaker BO bin get comments where he make. We can always sit down there and tell you, say, most of the time, we government people them right now, anything way bad, then they complain bad one, but waiting the former regime. But anything way good, now they no more sabi do am. So what happen when the European Union been decide for come up with the reports, their findings on this the election, waiting at the recommendation the way they be make and do a follow up for see whether the government don't put some of them recommendation into reality. Then the caretaker they appear on CNN and do one interview, yeah. But this interview, not so normal. I want you to take note of one green thing. In this interview, it talks say anytime where the opposition, they feel like for say, most of the time that the opposition, they cry of different things them, right? Okay, it go right. But again, let me come see something. The term where it been there as opposition and the term where in at the caretaker, compare the way how the opposition now don't cry and how it been cry and tell we who's one way fearful. Please listen to this particular one. Brother, take note. We'll come back just now.
Well, it's unfortunate that the EU made such damning statements, as if called it. The Electoral Commission is independent. It's been staffed long before I got to the office. Few commissioners, the tenure of few commissioners had expired, and of course there is a process for replacing them. They have to be nominated and go to Parliament, and that is what we have done for the most part. It's a pity, and I'm going to engage them because these institutions are responsible for credible elections, but we have not tinkered with them in any way to skew any elections in our favor. The opposition, we always grumble about these institutions because these are critical institutions for elections. And when anybody is afraid of elections, they try to bring the credibility of these institutions to the fore. And that is what they have done. And they've taken it wholesale and just made it a report. So that is unfortunate, but I want to engage the EU.
Make sure that the elections are credible. If you have a credible result, the process is transparent, free, and fair, and we accept it. But anything short of that is unacceptable.
So do you trust NEC to be credible enough to carry out the upcoming election?
Well, their record tells me they cannot be fully trusted. So we are working to make sure that we are part of the processes leading to that. And we have informed them that we are going to be observing very keenly. So okay. That is, I don't trust them after the last experience.
Okay. Okay, so, but do you then anticipate a rigged election come 2018?
Once beaten, twice shy. We had a rigged election, and for the sake, it's only for the sake of my commitment to the people, peace and stability of this country that I accepted.
If you win.
I knew, and they knew that I knew that the elections were not properly done. But for the sake, we didn't want to throw this country off balance again. I don't want a single drop of blood for the sake of my own power.
But are you saying that this election would be different because, like you said, last election you considered defeat because of the sake of peace, but would we see that come 2018 for the sake of peace?
For the sake of peace, if we have a rigged election, I will not accept it for the same sake of peace.
So
because
does it
rigged
mean
elections leads to war.
So that means, so are you saying that, you know, people will go on the street or go out on the streets?
That is for you to tell. I'm not going to tell anybody to go on the street, but they have a right to protect their votes. We will resist anything that is violent. We will resist any attempt by NEC to lead a process that is not going to be clean. I will tell you for sure that we are going to remain as peaceful as we can. We are going to take part in the process. We will just not accept a rigged election.
Going back to your earlier statement, so are you then saying that we should anticipate Sierra going back to war if you do not win?
Are you anticipating that they are going to rig an election? Are you encouraging them to do that?
Based on the statements, because we are looking at a situation where political tension is rife, and for the sake of peace, we would not want to see issues
if they rig
arising.
If they rig this election without me saying anything, this country is going to.
But what are appropriate measures to take? Because the point here is a lot of people are
Sierra Leoneans, take notes.
Okay.
Clean election. Let everybody see that the process.
The EU is ready to send our country back to another war.
Accept it. That is all. That is the
like they did in the past.
Let's be involved in the
Fellow
process.
Sierra Leoneans,
Let's
take
not
notes.
be violent on election day. Let there be no manipulation of the commission. Let's give them the independence that they deserve. So the only prescription is a clean election.
So this is the reason why the power pack thugs are out there intimidating people, cursing people, doing all sort of rubbish to defenseless citizens.
And you earlier said that if the elections were rigged or were not free and fair, people will go up in the streets. And that is not necessarily what we would love to see. We'd love to see people making their points
Exactly.
through their words and not going up in the streets. So,
Violent. We don't need violence.
You would love to see a peaceful outcome of the elections come 2018.
I'm not going to reiterate what you are telling me.
Well, of course, me people, una don hear and see. The caretaker will come and say the opposition, they complain too much. We don't play you two videos for make you reflect your mind back. We play you first, Usai, where then say, where somebody angry, waiting the commoner in mouth, a different which way he don't bet full. When those days, caretaker be angry for the power. So if you don't use some words them where now where you don't bet full the power, you don't forget them. Absolutely. But this na a disgrace to caretaker because we they consider him for be too mature for waiting he don't talk 2 or 3 years back, it forget him now. I feel say if it talk self enough for the go around for maintain himself in credibility, if for no, now where you don't get the power, waiting it talk. Again for reflect in your mind back from waiting with the talk where you know be get the power it. Waiting on the mean me people them. This caretaker bill make I bring you back. Now in the talk say opposition, they grumble. Point number 1, who that grumble reach caretaker bill? I don't ever see would that be there as an opposition where grumble reach caretaker bill. A grumble a reach at a time, another thing where he talk where today, a count cyber crime law to we, he forget him and bring cyber. Waiting he do, he tell we say, for make we go na the social media, use WhatsApp, Facebook, any platform where people they able send out message where they reach in and out of the country, where the international community for know where they go on our yard. And then we go ahead and do that one day. He be so happy, he they rejoice. When caretaker bill gets power, waiting next he do, waiting begin hot time. Now the social media. We don't see who say caretaker bill as an old president even go na a media when na 98.1 go pull Inspa Adibayo. We all see and hear that one day. Same caretaker bill, you don't forget say another angle day, it be all where it be the oppose. Another angle day, it be encourage Sierra Leoneans for all for make himself get your grounds for propagate but things them for the former regime. Yeah. The same caretaker bill. Now, in come today say the opposition they grumble. Make I bring you back. Caretaker Bio say the opposition they grumble. We don't play you a video. Who say caretaker Bio grumble say you know able patient. He use words them where he say if the next mistake it they bring another war. And caretaker Bio, we all know how they don't cook on at this country. That may bring panic to some people. That may bring panic to some of we in the country. Who say caretaker Bio be alter the statement they mind you where they come and cause not to be talk. We just don't play the video. Who say caretaker Bio talk all and talk here. And waiting a display where because the war where in plan, where you know right, the people that where it be don't train, where me and you not be no. Make I just shock you now. So the talks them right now where they go and do bad things there. So now some of them people like this man be don't train, where it be they prepare for this war. But me and you not be no. Now the one all right, what he do, he bring civilized war for we. How he bring the civilized war? He train the soldier team, the Palm Tree boys, he get and name them. Because the war where it been planned say if you know win election, they go back na bush, the talks the way we don't plan for go with na bush, no way for go na bush now, he bring them, he give them vehicle, he they pay them by month, he they pay them past able some civil servant, right? Now then talks then they right now they go ahead and choke people as soon as the country, then they go ahead and attack people them, then they go ahead even for make some people that lost their life. When as some of the talks then this way we don't get for this war where he just not talking about this video, but where the war no right now Bush now it bring this war now tongue where me and you they see so. So me I really anyway, I don't know how for even talk and for make Kabio come and talk say the opposition they grumble. Who that cook bad things and grumble? Reach you Kabio where they can't talk to this say the opposition they grumble.
I'll tell you something just now. With all of this thing, I like one thing where I go really like for always they go to again and again, because as far as this we own caretaker concern, in as much as people they cry, in as much as things then they happen, but yet still it gets one word na immort when are this.
This government is a government. Now one of the most of our government who will ever don't get in this country, in fact not to run.
So with all in what's them way it talk, it still feels say in are the best, in are the toughest, in are the finest. So nobody no get anything for say to Western. You know, I think say one thing we are no more. Time defeats clock.
Oh yeah.
Say time and tide wait for no man, but at the same time, what is for you, it must meet you. You know? So let we wait. Like you always want for let we wait. You know, like you don't make mention, you don't talk all things, so you don't left me handicap. Because
no, more day for talk.
Most of the things them way you don't talk so. Now the things then they not only like for say some of the things then way it is way being talk and what they do now it forget, but just that it is fear. You know say plenty time then they other know about which, now they afraid which. You know
Of course.
Sometimes they come, you can see person if they left in one green side room safe in the sky. Because you see that they don't explain them about bad things to them or it don't involve in something. So if feel say that they on time. Now not like this. The cyber space where they talk about so. Now they advise we for do them. But now it don't see say it don't praise certain people them. But now it don't see say that thing where we praise people them for, it don't turn back para. Now like when they can say you will dig you hole if you not take them ready for the inside there. So now it know all of them proverbs there, so it is fear. For all of them what they not come back for them. You know, this thing where they talk about election, this and that and all. You know, it don't talk we don't remind people them. So now it always conscious. Okay, that is why the time will be the opposition. It talk it make plenty big mouth. It write plenty big letters. But now in your own turn, all of them things then they it still say now because it tell we plain one say it say now only way we use the social media, the Facebook, the WhatsApp, the Twitter, this and that, and propagate with message. The international community they know about what they go on. So it know. So because of it know want for let we use them, but it lie. Uncle you lie, sir, we the use them. How you do? Now so we they do. How they go, now so they come. So let me just take it easy. Something in there, I think say it is talk come for the year's sake. Yeah? It go able for grip, but not will grip all man. I talk this thing again. So I not feel say nothing than this for the labor on because caretaker bio, it go try him best. It go do him best. But not to all man, it go able forget under in belt. That is for sure. That is for real. Yeah? Anyway, if that be the case, we move from that point. Now let me go again inside the Auditor General in issue. Remember, now the top of the program, we tell you say 2 reasons them they we make then sack the Auditor General. But first, let me remind you of some things the way we play yesterday and where we don't begin play before this term, yeah? So let me go now and listen to this with young journalists waiting it been say.
This government campaigned on the promise of eradicating corruption, on the promise of a new direction. And what has been happening since 2018 to date is a kind of politicization of the fight against corruption.
Right.
And that has not helped us in any way. And we've seen folks who, before this time, while they were in opposition, hailed the Auditor General, for example, used audit reports to cast aspersions, cast blames, and the rest of it. But now, when they are in governance, they are now discarding. I mean, there have been some form of dissension towards the audit report, particularly that of the 2019 annual audit and the COVID-19 audit reports. And there have been increasing attacks of recent times against the Auditor General herself. There are so many issues at play here. And it signifies or implies that this government is not sincere in the fight against corruption.
Well, of course, we don't play this thing for you where they watch this program, but we decide for play and back so you'll be able to understand better one, some of the reasons them we make this caretaker decide for sack, because we they call on sack because we know when caretaker BO say indefinite suspension, especially toward where if we don't talk, say ready for pull people in the system where in feel say they're not able to work with them. And then we see Usai the Auditor General, we don't pull a first report for them people there where they be really angry about that. Everybody be the grumble. They be just stand like we take needle, you choke some man in eye. San wam. So that water they run here, they feel the pain. And so that reports they look like for the SLPP misdirection power group, you know, because it is not calling government anymore, because as a government, an office say then they rule with this way. Now all a group they rule this way. We don't care about the people them, we vote them in. So these are some of the reasons them. But as we say, we know the kaya and see don't talk on we own. We they play you so many things them where they still making no say, yes, waiting with the talk, now the reality, and now waiting they go on right now we are.
If that be the case, we will still remind you again of waiting the be caretaker bill in reply on the attack on the Auditor General. When they come back just now before we can go on or inside the reasons them we make them sack this woman finally.
The audit service is one of the most respected state institutions in Sierra Leone, and you have said that it's their responsibility to hold your government accountable as much as the law allows them to. Do you feel sorry for the Auditor General for what she seems to be going through, which some say is harassment, for doing a good job, auditing your system?
Do you also pity me or my wife when they talk about her?
The audit service, you mean? Talk about you and your wife?
No.
Well, I'm specific in terms of the audit.
You're talking about her now. You seem to be concerned about her. But you know what has been said about my person, my wife, and all of these people sitting here?
Maybe you are politicians, she is not.
Public officer. She is a public. When you step into that space, there is no more fence. You are open. They say everything and anything about you. You think my intervention is going to stop? They are telling me I'm a thief, I'm not this, and she cries and that. I say, I've been called worse names than that. But nobody called me to come here. I chose to come here. If you can't stand the heat, don't go to the kitchen.
As unadoyeri a whole caretaker where it answer somebody with the interview. You know, all this to me, we caretaker too petty. Then they ask you for something we get for do with government business, but the nation, they ask you about the Auditor General. If you okay about already it they go through, you go come with your wealth. Well, this man, if they do, I'm the pass mark. Or if na woman not ever seen her in life, me pikin, me young boy pikin me born. If he can't behave this way, na bend this na daddy wapam, let gain consciousness. Then they ask this caretaker about thing they will get for do with the country. If they go draw a woman, waiting concern people about you, woman. Waiting really concern people about you, woman. So now some of the reasons they all make this caretaker take this step where you don't take so right now.
I think
but
that
as
has
we
been
say,
just the intro where a bit time for bring, if then the sorry for a woman, we go again tell you say this na syndicate, na collaborative effort, na things that way they all come together, na you then connive against this woman for do it in the one for do. Okay, now what we do so right now, we dey build the foundation for you, for let you better understand who side we dey comot and who side we dey go. Continue for listening to different people and different interviews them. You go really come to the end of the tunnel and see or understand waiting and who side we dey go. In the meantime, let me listen to this one. We been dey talk on how this government just dey sack people them. And just listen to this, the journalist, and listen to it in Kiatikabio, they say again.
The removal, who side the problem in begin? I think the way we remove the first the ACC commissioner not been proper. What happened in the case of the judiciary, wherein the Chief Justice and the President get a mutual consent for let the Chief Justice resign. That same situation therefore don't happen in the case of the ACC. A due process for don't be followed. In the case of the Ombudsman. And I want for chipping that not only top people have been sacked, but for note that day, even people when are cleaner, even people when are just messenger, they don't sack them in public offices in maritime, NatCom, Statistics Sierra Leone, because of their political views, because of their surname.
See, nothing will change. If things there for change, people then get for change.
But the process is like some offices get tenure. Now the process they concern the boards. Like the Attorney General's office, it gets the minister, the AG's office, it gets Chief Justice. Sorry, the Chief Justice in office get tenure. The ACC in office get tenure. So now that process stay where people and say not follow the due process.
We follow the procedure and make sure say we get we young person we go fight for it. We accuse the last government. Say they not show that enthusiasm for fight corruption. We get a news here. We now want to keep the old person there. Then we know the show say we serious.
Well, I'm not in that too. Somebody be say make my boy smile, but honestly speaking, with that kind of way they happen, and more especially the person where we expect say if I do better and think better and talk better. So we were down there the copy from they misbehave na radio station and TV stations them then kind ways they are. I don't know really waiting we as Sierra Leoneans they able copy good from this caretaker. As me brother don't tell you, when it comes to this area today, we know they talk boku. We just they tip you and prove this man wrong or right. Yourself now the judge for today program. It just sound like when they say beauty contest. There, the judge them, they sit down. Una now we judge. Una they judge this caretaker today from the questions them where people when are patriotic citizens them where vote this man in. They try to raise their concern and the answer where in they come and answer them. Today, you sit down and listen and judge this case. Me and Shembe Pierre, not we they talk for this man, but we always they talk on top of waiting, then they talk.
Basically, waiting we go touch on small bit more. You know, you listen to waiting he say, you know, sometimes he say people and they say nothing no change. So if things get for change, people and get for change. Well, listen, oh, nothing no change. Yeah, if things change, if things get for change, waiting, people get for change. Let we take them from this one. Nothing no change. The economy are the same. The corruption are the same. Nothing pan corruption no change. The same bump money loss we been the loss. Now the loss stay now. In fact, according to the Auditor General, yesterday we say safe listen. It do already lost rights now inside this government. Bumpers were all lost in the last government in regime. Yeah. So nothing no change. So people get for change. But I think say this not too important. This not answer the question. The question now, waiting make this man the sack big people, including the Auditor General, where everybody consider for be respectable woman, where everybody consider for be credible woman, where everybody consider for be one of the outstanding women them, where everybody consider for be, well I not say everybody, where most Sierra Leonean them, Yardonians them, consider for be say, where it comes for accountability. Now the people in this way, the team up stronger one for make the government will able for account to the people. Because when they come out with in reports them, the government supposed to go answer to Parliament and anti-corruption. That's not the people in the answer to. But if this continue to happen, if this Auditor General continue for the pull something, it go tell like for say this government they really look bad. It go tell like say this government don't mean business. So let we go now proper one. Listen to this one, and then we tell you say two reasons them. This not the first reason where we can give. Then the second reason they come. The first reason we make the Auditor General, the caretaker, suspend indefinitely. Where you go say make them sack them. Listen to this one where we caretaker talk.
They are going to cry foul, as you know. We have to change certain people when we come in. It's done all over the world. Biden did his, and nobody will accuse him of tribalism, regionalism, and that's the same thing that is done in the UK and elsewhere around the world. But for the most part, we have not pushed out anybody from the civil service.
Yeah, but in certain offices, you'd expect that somebody shouldn't lose their job because, you know, of a change in establishment.
Like which office?
Like in certain parastatals, lots of people lost their jobs when he became president. Not necessarily because they were fraudulently or
I'm going to be judged by my performance and delivery. If you are in the opposition and you are going to be a hurdle in my way, I have to get somebody who wants me in my manifesto pledges.
A hurdle by not supporting you, or a hurdle by undermining your establishment, or what?
Both. Both. They do a range of things, you know, with completely unnecessary.
Should somebody lose their job, Mr. President, because they did not support you?
I did not talk about support.
He said both, Mr. President.
Maybe if somebody does not support me, he is likely to be a hurdle. Much more likely to be a hurdle. And that's what I'm saying this.
Well, now you don't hear so for yourself, where caretaker bill don't come make clear one to we say, ain't ready for pull people and then working place them. We in no say they're not supporter. Not to me talk, now in don't talk. At the end of the day, you know, this caretaker, I don't know the food where they eat or the water where they drink, but it can sit on some side they talk, it tie itself at the end of the day, you want deny back. You know, even Grapusa is on Uma Ofofana, they ask him, he want deny, and I made the man don't remind us, but you say both. You know, so now yeah, the old thing starts. Now yeah, the old division starts. Now yeah, the old tribalism starts. Now yeah, the old thing don't show to we say this not okay take away come for unite we as a nation. Now yeah, the old thing begin for show to we say this not okay take away even no irresponsibility as a caretaker. Because a caretaker when no irresponsibility as a caretaker, when they say a caretaker, now somebody after you don't win election, forget about your party and try for unite the country. time for campaign for make you become the caretaker, you get the right for focus on your supporters them. But when they don't pronounce you as a caretaker of a whole country, they don't pronounce you as a caretaker of your party. They don't say president of SLPP. They say the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who they call Riyadh. But here is a caretaker who is so petty for handle issues where you don't even know how it for starts, you don't even know how it end. That one, they don't lead them to be a failure caretaker today. You're not able to control the country. You're not able to put things them in place. Price control, nothing. Intimidation, don't overcome the country. Tribalism, don't overcome the country. You know, all kind of bad things don't overcome the country because of the intention and the philosophy where this man gets. Don't make it get all the problems here. I don't outline for you. Because as a caretaker, this man, let me tell you something first. This, if even the turn a chief na a tongue, it creates problem now that's on the past anything else. Because he not gets that quality of a leader. This is just the truth. Not to cause, not to fit here, but anybody will get quality of a leader. Now somebody will able unite people them. Now somebody will able bridge people them for make Uda and Uda be don't twist face to in company. They're able laugh together. But here is a caretaker. The way I meet this country presently, as I tell you, now so this country day. But the painful part of it, this caretaker not be meet this country so. This country will day now you will meet Mende they married Timni, Timni they married Loco they married Limba. We all they speak in one language. Nobody not care whose language they speak. Muslim they go married na mosque na church. Christian, they go marry na mosque. Now, so this caretaker be made this country. But we don't get a caretaker today. We come and break off all the things they are. And let me tell you something. Some of what they see where they talk, we not be civil servants them. This is not about party, but this is about Sierra Leone. This caretaker, this your regime. Now, in a sack people them because of some name, now offices them, where some of we sabi. Me when they talk to so, me office so maybe they work. Me officer maybe they work. Now, sometimes some people they talk about Mende, they tell you say Mende, you get a sober-minded Mende. All my friends them will surround me now Mende them. Me boss now Mende, but some of them be boss there now be sober-minded Mende them. But inside the back, if you get Mende the way be say they not be able no self waiting them for do. All waiting them focus on now this SLPP. But during that time, there some of who work in the offices there, the things them where they go on right now, we not be see them they go on until I resign at that particular job day. Yeah, until I resign at that particular job day, I not ever see the boss the way me meet day from the head take go down. Now more of me there. I not ever suicide the sack one. But now this caretaker can begin the sack bongo as he say all the son them the way he no say they not go under. What it they try for do? They try for big problem. So the innocent men they people them because as I say, not to all men they support the bad things they what this man they do. Not to all men they dance to this man in tune. Because even the men they suffer they give bad names. So somebody can suffer right now as I talk to you. But this caretaker, they do things that today where they try for put some of them people in their life in danger. But we they pray for any change of government, let them able I mark some of them people there where they do the same bad things them where this man they do. If anything come them way, let you know reach the innocent Mendes them way. But this particular caretaker now a disgrace to the Mende people.
Caretaker say it replace some heads them, with people them we go able for fight for them. It say if you not vote for them or you not they support them, you will likely become odul. We mean say if for pull you. We all see the first audit report of 2019 where the Auditor General released the ultimate, now the problem begin. Because them they feel say this woman for not able for mass and for them and give them soft cake where go make they all dance and just sing. But the unfortunate for say the woman bring come the truth as it is, the raw truth. This make them torment. From Matthew Dingy, the finance secretary, take on outside all, including the caretaker, where then they ask him something about employee, and they talk about your own wife. I not ever see that in any serious institution, where then they talk about work, then they ask you about your employee. Instead of you talk about your employee, you dey go talk about your wife. Who's one you wife get for do with your work? I not ever see that now. The one wall. Any sober-headed somebody not they do that. Now, it's very clear. You listen to what the caretaker say. If you not support them, you not vote for her, you not odul. We all know say the kind of work where the Auditor General do now for support the government of the day, for make them see who side them use money where they're not supposed to use them, how they mismanage certain things, then so they go correct them for the following year. But because of the big mouthing where they don't make, the kind of bogus way they don't come with, where then they misbehave now by the money, they don't want nobody for talk about them. They want everybody for just say things are okay. This government they try. That now only what they expect of anybody, not to nothing more than that. But the unfortunate say, them people here, the Auditor General, incredibility can force. And although mass everybody, the last man we able for mass. Now this we call the real man, the last man standing. The last man we able for mass. They say, okay, since I'm not able for mass, and not able for dance to me tune, now me get the power for mark and sack. So, the mommy, pack your bundle and go. We'll investigate them. This man left for investigate in West. He go investigate that woman. This man, one day I be listen to this thing. He unfortunately not being and come back today. Where this man, then they ask him, they tell you they do immediate tour. He say, a woman don't account for the money where he use. He account for the ounce of our gas. This man are very, very sorry for talk. Say this man are a very big liar. Where we all know say the audit report where they pull the 2019 audit report tell we again say this woman not able for explain how he use 1 leons of the billions of leons where they give. For letting fine, for let it show say now then they run the government, and not get cash book where he able for sure, and not get no record. How much money he receive, how much money he spend, how much money left, and not get any record of that. But yet still, we caretaker come out, they tell what they do in 3 years media tour. It tell we say a woman don't account for the money. When the Auditor General tell we inside a report, he writes to them, and then they answer, they reply to the Auditor General. The Auditor General come back, he can watch, nothing able for see, he writes back. If you go inside the 2019 report, you go see that the blank one. Okay, I'm not going to waste my energy. What thing we go do? Tomorrow, we go clean this area, let you understand what at the talk. You go hear what the Auditor General say. You go hear what caretaker BO say concerning how a woman don't account for money where he use. When a big lie. Okay, let we see this thing. You know the way how a human accounts for the money?
Chamber Pierre. No policeman at the screen overcome the screen, they irritate me bad.
Okay, sir. I'm your uncle, let me collect him.
Pull and come there big. Let's just left in that corner.
Okay, pa, they tell you, So, I mean, they say something. The only way how a woman accounts for money, you know how? He go on a Facebook page. I use money, and also you feel say for puller. Where are they spend from a country? For this country, yeah. You expect me for puller? Now the government get for pay for that day. I the first lady. We don't carry with other first lady them all over for come now. So we can launch hands off our girls. Yeah? And we and where we can go, now they can buy tickets, lottery, I do the same thing. Now so this woman account for the money. Oh. Now this way account oh. It not right? Nothing. It not show how it gives Santigi, how he give Yebu, how he give, how he call him, how he give Vandy, how he give, I call him Samai, you know, explain nothing in writing, official document. This na the office to extension of the president. Now they then do this big time misbehave, but yet still, the caretaker come out back and defend the woman defenselessly. So you see, but this one day, waiting he work with, he woman o Francis Ben Kelfala o, waiting them do, then say, well, we for look back into the last regime. Caretaker forget say Francis don't come and tell we say then they look into the last regime how they use money. Instead, in come and tell we say in Umando account. Then say that they look into 13, 14 years back how the other first lady be use money. And then go to see Nyama. From then and then come, then say okay, because of the way how they use money, they're not able for fair no excuse. Then say well, we will send them to the control mechanism for prevent this kind of thing not from happen again. So that money he left buff. But caretaker shamelessly. But when you talk say no pull on at the screen, it pain me. I don't think say we need for pull on at the screen. If for day, when you talk to somebody, if for no say now you talk to
they are going to cry foul, as you know.
Keep quiet. And they talk to you back. This same man, now he come and tell we say, in human no account, when I'm nothing a fake. He and Ben Kelfala, they work the modality, plus Parliament all. They all sit down because Parliament themselves don't thief. They don't use constituency development fund. They don't use oversight money where they not able for account for. They work the math inside it. Then say when I left them people and they move, then too full. They know they understand. So okay now caretaker Ben Kelfala and caretaker and two now know it that they was up. First lady. Fatima don't use the money we know for account for. We self don't use money we know able account for. So low all gonna control mechanism. Low left people let them talk. Parliament of all where they make law. Parliament don't dey for how many years? Parliament now then get audit service. Parliament know what is accountability. Parliament use money. When are the people the money? They're not able for account for them. So how you know if you thief, if me way for all you accountable, I don't thief. Then if you thief, I go get mouth for talk. We will all get the same power. It's not possible. So now, Fatima thief, Iman thief. Then Parliament thief. Who that for all in company accountable? So now that system where you go say, Baraka siga barakafa. And go and come. Do me a do you man no go vex. Because if Parliament of all wait for all them people have to account. They're not able. They're not to say they're not able. Not to say they don't know. But because they all don't go, they don't fall victim of the same. They don't do the same thing. So how they go hold them accountable? This night because the bigger way how parliamentarians they day some. Now that make them people that don't get power past everybody in the world inside this country. They're really powerful because the parliament dirty. So I go clean the executive. And most of them are parliament right now. One of the things where they survive pan is either brown envelope or travel trip. They not say where they put you in a government list for you travel, you get parliament, other things then. They not say where you defend governments in parliament, you get project where you go implement because you want to come back in parliament. So una listen know how we country go before. When we get angry belle parliamentarian them. They see that from the check no buy the kind of Yunkela they all. Because the audit service tell we say the member of parliament and constituency development fund, they're not able for account for them. They all. So how they go rescue with the people them? How they go make big mouth for talk for with the people them? So pass with the first and this way how they do and so now we do we adapt for we self, do things for we self. But if we add up, for them people here where we put say na member of parliament them for let them defend we. Brother and sister them I saw you for tell una so na they disappoint una self because them people are not the same people level. They say birds of the same feather flock together. Now then they fly together. Yes.
What? Now the new now the new direction. You know, we tell people and say, after we don't learn this particular lesson, when any politician come out and use similar word like this, say, I promise you now, so, we go ask them the meaning of new word where it call, just like we this caretaker become new direction, we will not be asked which direction it mean or which direction it plan for take we to. Well, now the direction, sorry, we don't see so we don't become misdirection. Because all of the things them where this man be talk, now so lie and frustration with the see right now. Yes, to you where the benefits. And except this man go do bad, they say a good thing because today the smiling point they na you circle. But mind you, yeah now we are. What goes around comes around. As me, what I don't tell you, now P Square world they live right now. Do me or do you, man, not the vex. Yeah? We see camera shoot, now video they show. For tomorrow. But this man, he dey lie like, I don't know what you have for compare yourself.
Hold on. You don't know why they lie. Let's listen to this. Somebody request for this week. One of the best clip. Let's just make a listen about something. It will come to reality.
This government, every week, they get explanation. Every week, something they happen, we pass them can explain. If they each tell people and they fed up with the explanation. And that is what we are doing now.
You get them?
And indeed, if they do something, say you they reach time where people are fed up, and are fed up people not already they fed up. So, you know, people they don't fed up. The only thing where they afraid of make them why not push the people. Say we the people go on the rampage. You know, go on fine picking tomorrow.
Okay, so if you reach and I'll give the second reason why they decide for sack the Auditor General. You know, we can always see them at text say how we where they na them platform they are or the mainstream media, how them feel say then they do research. Now so the government or politicians generally they do research for make sure say they're able anytime where we go as a journalist or people learn from the social as social commentator, then go able for Fenway for jump and pass. Why we say so? We all know the biggest issue within our gun rights now, Prince Adin. We don't do a comparison. The issue of not a quitter, I call this other man where they all quitter and within Paremba Road.
George Williams.
About in the other one. Darami.
Darami.
We all see Usai one allegation being due up concerning one journalist who be end up for loss in life. During the election, they say them beat him. Then care and go na Paremba Road. Then spend it over 1 year or 1 year. Come out day. You go to Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari. Then accuse him say in Lidom with underage pikin. From where the police invite him say, pa, this not the case waiting for you. Let me go and investigate. Let me go we invite you. Or then carry a warrant of arrest for him. From that moment, the way they can go na CID for going interview him. Say to this time, you know, ever return in house. From CID to court, from court to Paremba Road. 1 year, how many months? 2 years they come to now. Kamarimba still in Paremba Road. Allegation. Then say then investigate. 10 now, court not able for reach to conclusion. Over 1 year, some months, now 2 years they come soon. Prince Adin, we all see from the one when in Tranga driver, Tranga supporter of SLPP, where he even talks say caretaker bio Sabiam, and indeed caretaker bio prove him say Sabiam, he go fenam. Including all the other guys them, don't can explain how this thing happen. And interestingly, none of them not a APC supporter. All of them na strong SLPP people them. Then talk about the act of Prince Adin and the words of Prince Adin. Till to the last day when Prince Adin make them do the act, the person will see when he go say, hey pa, wait make you make them do this. It make what happen here IG come together, they arrest them. Right now as we talk, if I go court back on the 19th. Not to me talk out, now the man instead of talk Hassan. But now Prince Adin, if they take him, they invite him, can go na police, na CID, na net, they camouflage we, make le Prince Adin go inside the CID. After way people they don't come out, they put an motoka, can go na house, he go sleep. Then count him back early morning. In the name of how they call him, he sleep. People always sleep inside the CID themselves. None of them not see Prince Adin with the eye. None of them. According to we own source where we get underground inside that cell day, none of them not see Prince Adin with the eye. They hear no more say he come around. None of them. Prince Adin come out now the other day because this thing not a better thing for him. He not bother say anything. Waiting he concern about na 2023 election and Samura Kamara. How Samura Kamara do misbehave, he do problem, they no arrest her. In way innocent. Hey, Papa God, this word innocent here. Any old man they talk am. In way innocent, and then go molest, they embarrass him. Hey God, take control. He forget totally about waiting he for talk about. He no get any sign of remorse to that young man will die. In fact, if you don't talk am say, the young man go die there. And indeed, then do am. Then do what they supposed to do to him. So now, if they not say if they do anything to Prince Adin, it go tell on them. So now they want to make sure say them play with all kind of things. You know say we people them once they hear any other issue, then they forget about one, jump to the other one. Forget about one, jump to the other one. So what thing happen? They say okay, this talk don't come, and this talk no good for we image. Let we think of waiting for do. Okay, yes. JJ Safa, bright guy. He say, okay, the Auditor General in talk within our grown. Let we use them. It does people the idea. Matthew Dingy, since he not like the Auditor General, because he knows the Auditor General, they come with things the way he not like, he supports. They all say, okay, yes, that is a bright idea. Let me go on with this. Now the reason this way make, once people they raise concern, serious one, if you say plenty attention, don't they go to the issue of Don Paul and Prince Adin, then come up with the Auditor General. Then say, it has pleased the president for let it suspend them. Then just say that they suspend them indefinitely for let them investigate them for waiting. So that is why sometimes if you watch, if you look proper one, it might be say the Auditor General they come back because they want for user only. Forget point. For put people attention pan this and then say, okay, we be investigate this person and we not find them guilty, then we count them back. You know what it make? Because they want for do this for make sure say that issue of Alpha Thibault, Kadiatu Gogra, this Minister of Finance right now, where they put Commission of Inquiry, put case param, then say they find them guilty, then go back in a court. After they work at the court when they get them, remember I tell you say there is no separation of powers. The executive now they control the legislature and the judiciary, so now they work at the court and then as them pull them so when they say they're not found them guilty, the next minute they appoint them Minister of Waiting. Finance. You know why? Because this now one of the person will be the support, will be the poor money pankiate kabio, serious one. He pour money pankiate kabio pass every other person inside the SLPP party. This Minister of Finance. So now a payback time then they give him so. So no way not they waiting for being dirty him. So they try to clean them up. Now Prince Adin, according to what we understand right now, then say them for charge them. The reason why they charge them, not because they want for charge them, then they charge them for let people then feel say then they take action. Because the young soldier team them, other people them don't ask say, let them take action against Prince Adin. Or if not to that, if they not get justice, they not go gladdy. But for God's sake, We don't see inside them party when somebody come out and talk about how them primary election go, how them misbehave by election. The next minute, then call them, suspend them from in they suspend them from office. And what they do, then say them investigator if for facing committee, disciplinary committee. Yes. But in the case of Prince Adin, they no ever talk say because of this kind of allegation we don't can very serious crime for let them suspend and force as chairman in office. One day they no talk her. They no ever talk her. See how Prince Adin very powerful. See how Prince Adin don't take care take a bio. He don't put her under in BAFTA bupi. He really don't do him. He don't control him. So the thing always they do, not because they want to take action against them, but not because of they want to fool the public. So the Auditor General in case, the this and that, they know say once they do them, everybody get interest by the Auditor General. Once they do them, all money attention they won't go to the Auditor General and then forget about the big issues them where they on. You could compare the thing where Mohamed Kamaremba do to waiting Prince Adin do. You could compare the two, the gravity. We know they say that they do good or what, you know, but they compare the gravity of the offense. Wait for make that day from where police go interview him. Now they na pademba. This one, when they go to a few seconds or few hours na CID, then go to and scout and back na money. The next day they left him. Waiting for. This not the justice where we talk about so. This not real justice. Anyway, if you just join me, hit for the like button. We get plenty of people where they watch the program. Please hit for the like button. So other people them go able to come about this program. Please give it 200 likes as we talk so right now on YouTube. And Facebook people, what's up? Last year how they do. Okay, Facebook, thank you very much. 208 reaction. Thank you. 93 share. Wow, plenty of people them. Thank you very much. I think that we just try for bring down the reality. You see, some people them very, very naive. Look, this guy they ask if na Prince Adin I take gun fire the person. This man where get in problem, SLPP, not to me, Sembe Pierre. He say Prince Adin order the policeman for lay firearm. 210 back. Other people they all long can talk him. He say Prince Adin. Even the police, they report where they come up with, where the law officers department they advise, then say Prince Adin get an inside it. How this person they can ask this kind of question now? Some people in bad they get small brain.
Party picking, the caretaker all in the effects for.
Then say APC, gladly, then say APC not getting strong and true message. Yeah, APC they not get message, but we get message because waiting with the talk, now waiting at the talk. Waiting with the bring count, everything they back them up. Nothing not the only back up. Anyway.
Salon. Caretaker bio. God. May God help this country. But if all in a caretaker bio, people they wait for a better change. Now we had. Every day will just be the worst than ever before. So the changes don't they now we are now. Me and you are. Salon and go on before don't they now me and you are. Who side will they determine now the ballot box? You know, some people are if really that they see when they misbehave the first 5 years, we say misbehave on them, the time when they can't continue for it's free money them, maybe they begin learn a lesson. But if we as a nation not know how we vote them people are in and out, where you not do waiting, okay for we pull you. We not go ever left for grumble. And I always tell you, we not happy for Sidra for the talk about bad things there every day. We go left for Sidra who talk about some flyovers them, where any other presidents, you cannot measure bio, but that kind of talk yourself, not to developmental somebody. not to somebody we know how to construct. Nothing na in country. Now how for take and go, fly, eat per diem, side away, he get representative, where ambassadors them day. Instead of they send them for go represent, he boycott them back for that small per diem, let them know it's a one go eat and human. They go sit down, not to the talk about. Until we able to stand for we self before ever we get a better nation, we never must. But if not, we not go happy for the Sidoya talk. We want for Sidoya today, say, Bobo, it's the police, ki see what traffic don't wait, it's a government on pata, one fly over there. Traffic don't less. You know, go up the hills them. They don't construct the other flyover. Traffic don't less.
By the way,
Pierre.
You miss the page.
Anyway, plenty thank you to Una.
No,
if you
answer the question. You miss the page.
No, me don't forget about yourself now.
You can't talk about fly waiting.
I go. I don't talk nothing again. Anyway, I don't know wish, me brother. I tell you, I pull caretaker bio commodity. Not only again, no, you don't get ideas. The only idea we caretaker bio get now how for shield the one the way he put for represent now various counties them now how for put them na corner in go the back he goes to down for the party. Now that idea they get. Without that, they not get nothing again better way they think for this nation. So he not pull out. Anyway, Fambulem, this now you family house where we always sit on name we had the channel where now you make it go outside it go so today. We now your small brothers them we always there for take good advice from una, for correct mistakes them from una, and for learn from each other. So far so good. This will always be your channel of trust. The channel where some man get for surprise tomorrow when government change. If any other caretaker come and misbehave, we did talk about that back. Never mind. You don't need icona, you don't give it names. Well, no problem. Any name we give it today, it fits we. But mind you, tomorrow, other person will call we other name, we go fit we. So I think they get for the Punado, we any government we carry the Punado we bought. We dey pray and hope the next government will make with Sidoya. They talk good things them like waiting and measure Jishno. Until we meet again na another beautiful edition of the same channel, me na Babure Kablai with the sharp cutlass. I always love una and I continue for love una as Olek. I love myself. Una more stay blessed and tata. Mind you, be careful. This na misdirection. You never talk. When you talk, then they put you in a prison.
Right, my name na Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. Until we meet again inside another beautiful edition of your program where we call Weird. Well, I want to say God bless we all, but I will left you with this particular song where we call Somebody a Latif. Who that now we for believe. We don't sigh life
where they live so.
You meet
yeah,
you meet the water dirty, you know it make it settle.
And then you jump inside
you
and
don't
dirty and more. Behold the Alatif way in the master salon they go beyond every day
and for believe the wrong side life. We will live so. Until we meet again, hit for the like button, share the program, and then you make sure you follow we on YouTube, on Facebook, and like we page, and then subscribe to we YouTube channel if you not don't do so yet. Until we meet again in a same BPA, the freedom fighter. They say have a very lovely morning, afternoon, evening, and night.
Papa, you been tell we say that we trust the process, but man, let's call the progress of the process. Wearing suit and tie ban dirty character. Thief man they all a thief, now the system better. I oh yeah. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, let's call the progress of the process. Wearing suit and tie, ban dirty character. Thief man, they all a thief, now the system better. I, Rasta man, me know every cock and bull, me represent green, white and blue. That's what me have to do. Then me do what I dirty, then I wait, make it settle, and then jump inside. And then dirty and more. Thief man, they all a thief, now the system better. Salon they go behind. Who that now we go believe, oh. Wrong side life, we dey live so. I say na the cap side life, we dey live, oh. I say na the wrong side life, we dey live so. It's just a cap side life, we dey live now, yeah. Oh now, whoa, 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 yeah. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, let's call the progress of the process. Wearing suit and tie, fantastic character. Thief man, they all a thief, now the system better. I, Rasta man, me know every cock and bull, me represent green, white and blue. That's what me have to do. When I meet the water dirty, you know it make it settle, and then you jump inside. You dirty and more. Thief man, they all a thief, now the system better. Alone they go behead. Who that now we go believe, oh. Wrong side life we dey live. Sorry say na sana say na sorry, yeah. Wrong side life we dey live so. Why? Oh now. Wrong side life we live so. I say na the cap side life we dey live, no.
Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.